Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to potentially the final set in KCM 2025 Season 4 Week 1. It's going to be set number 7, Jaedong versus Speed. The Protoss team has been eliminated. As usual, we still have Speed remaining representing Terran, and we have Jaedong and Queen remaining. Jaedong is on fire today with 2 kills. Let me remind you his performance in the last season. He was the VIP, what is it? Not really VIP, MVP, what am I saying? Man of the season. Man of the match, MOTM, man of the match, man of the match, man of the season is Mats. He was the Mats last season with 80% win rate and so far 100% win rate with 4 wins already. He wins another one, will be perfect. 50, what is it? 5 kills, 100% win rate. Speed. What do you know about Speed? What do we know about Speed? Well, first of all, this map is Knockout. So let me just quickly show you what this map looks like. And in terms of win rates for a Zerg players, here are the stats. So Knockout is a 45.5% win rate map for Zerg versus Terran out of 200 games. And I think that's about it. I'll just quickly show you what Speed looks like. Speed looks very much familiar to YSC for some reason. I don't even know why. But yeah, let's take a look at Speed because, you know, Speed, we don't actually see him that often. So this is Speed's information. Okay, we have a factory coming up now. Nice builds and completely spotted by Jaedong. Jaedong is just completely on fire today. So this is Speed. Don't you think it look like YSC a little bit? YSC and Speed looks very similar and very funny. I always mixed up YSC and YapSap. I thought they're the same people, but YSC and YapSap are not the same. Because I think maybe YapSap, I think YS, right? YapSap and there's, you know, YapSap C. Anyways, Speed's name is Lee Young-woon. And he is also known as Sexy and 10-Minute Flash. He's born in 1994. He is relatively young. He's still part of the Casper team. He used to play for Hoshung Oz, but he was not like a big player. Okay, that drone is very damaged. Now, I don't think he belongs to any university, but I could be wrong because these guys change universities like I changed my girlfriends very fast. Doesn't have that much followers on Africa TV and YouTube. I'll update it later once, you know, next season of ASL, you know, starts. He's got a decent follower, excuse me, decent ELO scores because he is actually a very strong player, relatively speaking. I know, let me remind you that to break into the top 10 of the ELO ranking, you need to consistently score above 1300, and he's always about score above 1300. Anyways, what is this Marine thinking he's doing? He would try to order the drone. If he's gotten a drone, that would be very hilariously disastrous for Jaedong. Anyways, double stopwatch coming out from Speed. So what is the reaction? This is very late Spire. So we shall see if Jaedong will be supply block. Where are the overlords? One is here. Very difficult to spot this one. And there's some overlords here. I mean, this overlord hunting activities remind me of that submarine game, board game. Have you ever played the game Submarine? Where you are on one side of the board and you have like 5 submarines and your enemy also has 5 submarines and you have to place them in random locations, right? And you know, you have some what are those things, torpedoes, and if you can sink all of the submarines of the enemy, you win. So it's a game of guessing, right? And of course submarines cannot move. It would be very fun if you can actually move submarines around. Why not? It'd be very fun. But of course, as in a classical board game, you cannot allow that move because who would verify if you move the submarine correctly or not? And the fact that you're moving the submarine around means that, you know, you might move it like 2 slots or 3 slots away, or you might give away your positioning if you actually move your submarine, if your hands are showing too much of the activities, right? Anyways, okay, we will have some Scourges getting made now. And raids, as the current point commentator was showing to us, that actually neither of the raids have any kills. They will find 1 overlord and that's it. He will go for a few more drones, but I think it's going to be the moment to leave now because Scourges are coming across the map. Maybe what is it? There it is. The cloak is underway, but even so, it's very dangerous to stay around. So Speed's gonna back up. By the way, did you know that Speed is primarily a Wraith guy? I mean, he loves to go Wraith against Zerg. I don't know why. I mean, I think these players are similarly, similar to us humans. Sometimes we have our preferred builds, and it becomes very difficult to kind of deviate from your favorite build. Of course, at a very high level, you can play any kind of builds, right? But of course, you might be a little bit more inclined to do one build compared to the other. Scourges are coming forward, and the Wraiths dive in, but they will take a few hits from the Mutualist. I think things are not going very well for Speed. He needs to actually cloak himself up. He's looking to do that. Behind this, he's going to try to expand. I think cloak technology is done, but vultures are looking around, and Jaedong could bust out any moment. What are these units doing? They cannot get any kills. He's just trying to buy time and making sure the mutuals stay home. And he would try to wait for the maximum amount of money so they actually can come out and plan down the expansion. Very good dive from the raids though, sniping an overlord and not taking any mutualist glaives. But anyways, we have some Zerling coming across the map, and we have a few more raids just sitting back. Jaedong is making a lot of mutas. He might be looking for overlord with Speed and just coming out and trying to kill Speed right away. But these raids will get repaired. Where are the SCVs? I think something is repairing in the main. I think overlord Speed is got to be coming up very fast. And you can see Speed is being very careful. He's not overexpanding. He's just making sure he's got enough coverage in some of the turrets. He might make a bunker. Would be not a bad idea there as well. But he will make a turret instead. And Speed will now expand once he's got enough money. And he's gonna also be very careful. There's gonna be a Hydrant coming from Jaedong. And Jaedong is coming across the map with overlord with Speed. But there are some turrets already. Speed gets another Scourge snipe. I think now we have about 12 raids in that group. Not so sure about upgrades. I don't think Mutas have any upgrades. Is that an eruption chamber? Yeah, eruption chamber. That's just to get some upgrades going on for the ground forces. And Scourges have seen that there's an expansion with 2 turrets, 1 under construction. 55 supply for Jaedong, Speed 54. As soon as Jaedong has seen an enemy has expanded, he has sent a drone towards the bottom left. He will himself to try to take an expansion thing here. And we're going to be having Mutus dive at some point in the future, I think. I'm very much thinking so. Anyways, Queen's Nest is up. And this build is actually quite easy for Jaedong to play because he doesn't need to invest gas into lurkers. He can just use all of the gas for the Mutualists, I think. So it's relatively easier, I think, right? For Jaedong to get a third base when he's playing against double raids. The double port. 2-port raids. Double port. Because raids alone cannot take out a hatchery, but Marines can. So if you're going to be going for double starport, you can snipe drones, you can snipe overlords, but it will be very, very tricky for you to snipe an entire hatchery. Anyways, for now, both players are very cautious. Very cautious. So let me remind you another etiquette on these Namkraft videos, which is that please don't spoil the games. If you want to, leave a comment as to who wins the series, you should say spoiler, enter 4 times, and then type what you want to say. That is going to be the best way for you to keep the game unspoiled for everyone. So thank you very much for your collaboration, cooperation, and concentration and concatenation. And the last thing is not really relevant. 71 supply for Jaedong, 67 for Speed. We do see the hype coming up. And Jaedong, of course, he wants to keep a clean slate. He wants to actually go for a perfect victory. It's almost an all kill, not exactly, because Hero has been sniped first by, who was it? Who was the first player who played? I think it was Mini, that was right. And then Mini lost to Jaedong, and Jaedong won everything after that. Wow. Insane. Was it? Now it's a set 7 and Jaedong's got 4 kills. No, there's a few more kills behind that. I could not remember anyways because I'm about to fall asleep soon. But Speed 73 supply, Jaedong 71, 10-minute mark of the game, and Jaedong is defending himself on the various channels here. He's making sure that nothing can touch his new base in the bottom left. Overlords coming out, and there's going to be a push. This push will not do anything. The raids cannot touch anything. But the fighters are coming out. If he's got... Oh my god! This is insane. Lurkers will be deployed now. Good attack here. It looks like we don't have any scanned The raids have tried to cloak themselves up, but it's okay. The medics are not catching up with the rest of the forces, but the raids are doing good shot though. He sniped a few mutalists. Good attack, combined attack by the Marines and the raids. The mutalists are looking very weak, and there's gonna be an attack here. There's where the lurkers are trying to retreat. The Marines are gonna be on the other side of the map. So not successfully. There's going to be a scan. The lurkers are coming from the backside though. Cloak is looking out very good. The Marines need to attack against the lurker. Lurkers are here. Lurkers have grouped up together with the rest of the forces. So this base will get held. But looks like Scourges cannot catch the raids fast enough. Mutants are going to try to chase them down, and raids will all burn. Good engagement. Who will win here? Look at the splash damage from the mutants, but all mutants have died. Now the raids need to return home like as soon as possible because what? Because Scourges could possibly be underway. Supply-wise, speed 80. So despite losing some Marines in the middle of the map, he is still having a little bit better supply. Great attack. Where's the scanner? We don't see it. He's not scanning. Or looks like the raids are executing the drones and the overlords. Nicely done by Speed, though. Great work. He will snipe some Scourges. There are no overlords. So there's going to be the Spore. Good micro, but now looks like the Spore has fallen. And there are no overlords here. The overlords are all on the right side, bottom right corner of the map. So Speed, I think, escaped with the rest of his Scourges, with the rest of his raids. The attack on Jaedong expansion is kind of stalled for now. It's going to be very difficult, I think, for Speed to press forward. He doesn't have an expansion. I think he's looking forward to expand to this inner 2 o'clock base here. Drones are getting, massacred on this other side of the map. Nicely done. Where are the Scourges? They're coming from the southern side. You can see them from the minimap. So these raids are very much dead. Unless they move out right now. There's a drop, though. Interesting attack. Where's the scanner? We don't need the scanner because there's a science vessel. So the Scourges are going to try to target the dropship instead of the raids. And the science vessel is going to get sniped. It is going to fall. We have a scan, though. We need to scan further. He needs to scan. He doesn't get the lurker destroyed. The lurker is still alive. This dropship will go inside the main, though the Scourges cannot hit the dropship because dropship takes 2 Scourge, not 1. And at the last bit, Hydra is going to get pushed back. We have a single lurker. We need to actually scan it. He is not scanning. What is he doing with his 3 Marines? And where the raids? I think the raids all died. So Speed is kind of not able to do anything at all. There's going to be an attack against the bottom left, but we don't have a Nidus Canal. We have a few lurkers trying to get grouped up. There's going to be a small skirmish here. But the Hydras arrived there first. They will hold the bridge. And I think these Marines cannot do anything. If Speed can come back with another drop right now before the Zerg could actually stabilize the situation, it's going to be great. He's going to try to snipe the Hydras. Not bad. The lurkers are going to come and support. But he would take nothing. It's a small attack on this middle map. The lurkers and the Defilers coming forward. And Jaedong might overwhelm Speed now. Speed gets pushed back on this front. He's looking to try to snipe some Hydras. And he's going to go back up a little bit here. But he doesn't have a third base. And Jaedong is still holding on and wasting bio forces needlessly. It's not what you want to have here. There's a Defiler. There's a Scant. But a little bit too late, and now Darkstorm is over everything. The Marines are trying to stop any kind of reinforcement. The science vessels are here, so actually can irradiate some of the lurkers and the Defiler. He will irradiate one more force, but a Darkstorm will come down. He's going to irradiate. There's going to be a Darkstorm right on this side. It looks like the lurkers decided to stop on the left side of the bridge. That is, I think, a mistake. I think even with one irradiated lurker, I think it's going to be better for Jaedong to cross that bridge and put a Darkstorm on the other side. But anyways, 4 science vessels is very high. And the lurker is going to get pushed back. They might have a few drops, but once again, Speed is still on 2 bases. Jaedong can expand now. I think he's got enough to think about an expansion. Another scan to actually put down and see where exactly the forces are located. I think the force sciences will need to join up with this group now. Anyways, the drop has been spotted. What is inside the main? There are a few units, and looks like Jaedong has stopped making Scourges. This might happen after a few games where you lapse your concentration, and Scourges arrive way too late. The Spire will fall. What is he going to try to go for? He's going to try to attack some random things. The efficient chamber, he's not targeting anything in specific. He need to either go for the efficient chamber or go for the drones or go for something. It looks like the Defilers are not casting anything at all, but it looks like Jaedong's APM is like low or something. He's not reacting on this map. And looks like drones are forced to come up the ground, aligned to surround the marine. So that has taken care of those groups of forces. The 4 scientists are looking for the Defiler to snipe, and Speed has been able to apply a lot of pressure. But keep in mind that Jaedong is fighting with just half of his forces. You can see half of his other forces are pinned down here at the bottom left. He has not yet been able to make the Nidus Canal connection. Now he will connect the forces together. The Defiler clumsy, walking through the enemy fire line. Speed comes up. He's going to try to find out the Defiler. And if you can irradiate, great. First irradiate, second irradiate on the Lurker will be great. And he's going to back up exactly. And he can try to save those science vessels for later use in the future. And just make sure that the Zerg side is always pinned. The moment you allow the Defiler army to come out and encroach upon your main base, I mean, this is going to be very, very tricky. But for now, Speed has done a good job, and he has double expand. The Marines are trying to get on high ground. This is a mistake, of course. Definitely a mistake, but he was able to pull back and save the bulk of his forces. And more irradiate. These are some amazing irradiates that Speed have been casting. So he's been saving all of his science vessels, and Jaedong has stopped making scourges. I mean, he's making scourges in the wrong timing. He needed to have scourges when he wanted to stop the dropships or snipe the science vessels. They always come way too late, like now. He needs to have some scourges now, and we do have a few scourges in ready. And Overlord also here to spot. He's not able to see the dropship as he comes here. That Impression Chamber is very damaged. Double science vessels. Do we have a D matrix? I'm not so sure. Jaedong comes down to try to take this base, and looks like Jaedong is defensively quite entrenched here. We have only one dropship. There are no Hydras. There's going to be a great drop. The Firebat is supporting greatly here, but there's just double Darkstorm to protect. Marines need to actually go and snipe what he's looking for. Go for the Defiler. He's not able to actually destroy the Defiler. And he's gonna maybe go for the Impression Chamber. Yeah, sure, get the Impression Chamber. The other Impression Chamber. And to actually maybe to slow down the upgrades. Oh my god, he gets it finally, which is great. So I'm not so sure if that puts a dent onto the upgrade status here for Jaedong. But Jaedong is slipping. He's slipping away. He's allowed Speed to come up with 2 brand new bases, and he's facing repeated drops. And no 4th base for Jaedong. I think Jaedong is just kind of like running out of, maybe his hands are tired. Keep in mind that Jaedong is also very old. He's like what? Maybe he's like 35, right? Something like that. So he's relatively old. Much older than Speed, by the way, despite the fact that Speed looks very big and scary and hairy. And Jaedong looks very, very cute and bunnily. Wow, I'm very, very happy to see that Speed will be able to stop this series here, this streak that Jaedong has been pulling. Maybe Jaedong will be allowed to take a 4th after all, but can he go beyond that? That's the question. And as for Speed, he cannot finish the game like this. I think it's going to be better for Speed to try to transition into mech. It's going to be a lot better to just keep on attempting drops. But he's going to be going for the drop. This is not a bad idea. This area is very rare. It's not really an area where you actually think that a drop might take place, but it looks like Jaedong is completely prepared. And the last of the forces go forward. It's going to be another drop in the main, but nice burrowed Zerling to spot these dropships and an attack. The thing is, Jaedong is constantly under pressure. He cannot move forces quickly enough. He cannot do it fluidly enough. And this drop goes right to the middle. The Defilers are here, but by then all these Hydras could have melted. You need to snipe something. What is he sniping? The Firebat goes through. You need to actually see the Lurkers. He will try to hide on this other side of the map. And 5 science vessels. Wow, nice coordinated attack. I mean, this is what Terran players need to be doing all the time against late game Zerg Defiler work. 1 single Firebat executing a few drones, but he would die now. But I think that was great. Very nice attacking for Speed, and the fact that he was able to keep his pressure on is a good thing. But now Jaedong with the 4 base economy, and what is the next thing for Speed? Do we see additional tech from Speed? +3 weapons and +2 armor. But what else? You need to be going for mech, and the number of science vessels is very, very alarming. So that's something that Speed has got going for him. He's gonna find that other Defiler. Does he get it? He's looking for it. He will go inside, and he's gonna... No! He misses the Defiler. He misses the Defiler. He will find the other side with a science vessel. Not bad, not bad. So there's gonna be a last Dark Swarm here, just to keep this area completely secured. If I was Speed, I would have to go to mech now. I mean, there's no purpose staying here in this kind of build. The only thing that Speed is counting on is the fact that he's got his double starport relatively early, so his pumping of sensors is quite steady. It's very, very easy for him to keep on pumping the sensors, and that has been winning him a lot of the battles. But now Marines will snipe the Defiler. Great work. Those units are plagued, but there's... Oh my god, look at that single Lurker Spine attack and killing it very easily. We have the first tank now. Siege mode, I think, is not yet completed. So we shall see. Lurkers are trying to break free here. Sensors need to go to work. One irradiate, excuse me. Second irradiate. This middle bridge has been broken. Jaedong is about to bust out from his home base. The tank is once again thinking whether it's going to be better for him to actually siege or not. A lot of irradiate. Look at how fast the Zerg forces are falling. Look at it. How many tanks are coming from the other side. Speed is about to bust through here. Keep in mind that once he crossed the bridge, or the ditch rather, he'll be on lower ground territory. Not ideal to assault onto the high ground, but now siege mode is done and Lurkers are backing up. That Sunken will buy some time here. Zerlings are trying to get some splash damage done, but not able to successfully do so. We still have about 4 Lurker line. Where are the Defilers? There's a Defiler. He will cast some Dark Swarm. We have another drop incoming here, but I think Jaedong's attention is split somewhere else. Hydra snipe. All of the science vessels are down. The tanks are trying to go to work here. Splash damage for the wind. Where's the dropship? There it is. And looks like Snow is not Snow. What am I saying? Snow. Jaedong is not spotting this. We have a second drop. Maybe Speed will wait for the second drop to complete to actually go out there and go. We have a tank sieging in the corner of the map. What? So funny. What is he doing with his SCV? Is he building a turret? He's trying to put down a bunker. I mean, this is like ladder game. He's trying to put down a bunker. The tank is providing great firepower. The Marines need to pull back and just let the tank do the damage. But Speed needs to take a base soon, or maybe he's got to have additional tanks. He's clearing a few Lurkers, so that's not bad. Upgrades, of course, very, very strong for Terran, but with just bio, it's not good enough. And the good thing, though, for Speed is that he's just doesn't stop finding new angles for drop, right? He dropped through this horizontal in the main base. He dropped in this corner. He even dropped here. I mean, he might want to drop this base at some point in the future as well. Great back and forth so far between these two players. And, if Jaedong wins, I'm okay with that. But I definitely want Speed to win as well, given his performance so far. I think we need a few more rare players. Great irradiate on that Defiler. But Dark Swarm is down in this base. Is once again saved. Do we have a counterattack? Do we have a counterattack? What is Speed's plan? He's got enough tanks, and I mean he's doing a slow transition into mech here. He's only building tanks, not building vultures or anything else. I think maybe go for a second starport, a third starport, excuse me, and then go to battle cruisers. Wouldn't be such a bad idea instead of just constantly pumping tanks. But anyways, looks like Speed wants to bust this area. He will destroy. What is that? Is that a sunken or is that is a spore? The spore is down. The Nidus Canal has been sniped. Weird. There's another attack on this other side, and Speed has been relentless. He's not yet stopped the pressure. One tank will fall though on this side of the map. What is happening here? Looks like there's going to be a lot of Lurkers trying to attack against the fourth base, and Speed need to actually get there as soon as possible. This one tank is buying so much coverage, and Speed is pushing enemy back, but the attack against the fourth base has started already. We don't have anything there to support. One tank has fallen. And yeah, that command center to get up at the bunker will fall. So Jaedong has gone to a point of non-controllability. He is completely wild, wicked, and everywhere. I think it's becoming harder and harder for Speed to contain him, to tame him, or to contain him. Nice attack coming out here. One tank down, the other tank is down, but this dropship, we need to do some major damage. This is a lot of drop potential. Speed is there on the front as well. Jaedong is forced to split his forces in the two different locations. Marine's going to be going for the attack. What are the science vessels doing? We don't have a scanner. We do have a scanner to snipe some Lurkers on the front side. And this kind of dual attack is exactly what Terran players need to be doing against late game Zerg. Do not let the Zerg player become too comfortable. This is a great attack. The only thing that's missing from it is actual damage to the drone line or to the technologies. The Spire is still alive, the Defiler tech is still alive, so this is the problem, but I think he's creating enough mayhem. We have a counterattack from Jaedong. From in the middle of the map, you're seeing some Zerg forces moving towards the bottom right. SCVs are trying to go there. Keep in mind that actually Speed is not mining much, so If he loses the bottom right, I think that's maybe GG, right? Because he's got a few Marines left remaining, and there's going to be an attack. This is going to be an insane attack here on the bottom right, and Speed is still coming forward with a few more forces, but he just feeding, you know, the Marines to the enemy. There's going to be a drop to the side. This is just to buy some time. I think Speed has lost it. Losing the 3 o'clock position was too much. And Jaedong has done it, guys. Jaedong will win because Speed will be running out of mining locations. Wow. So this once again just shows to us the power of late game Zerg, and Jaedong will be coming up to 5 victories, 100% win rate so far in KCM. We have a hidden base. This base will fall, but that's fine because Jaedong still have plenty of mining potentials in various locations. Speed mineral account is coming up very slow. Okay, maybe this hatchery will be saved. That is going to be very, very fun to watch. Another drop still out there to do some major attacks, but it's not going to be enough. This brand new hatchery for Jaedong has been saved. He's everywhere. The drone gets caught in the action though, so that's the one consolation prize. And of course, maybe Speed just want to try a few more tricks here, but his force is too small. Jaedong is fighting with 1/4 of the force. You can see 2/4 of the forces are stuck at home. 1/4 is defending this brand new base. He's just using 1/4 of the army. He has still enough to hold back Speed's advance. And now it looks like there's going to be a conversion of Zerg army. That is a great plague. Amazing plague. This is going to be the final moment of the game. So Zerg will be the winner of the first week. Thanks for watching so far. If you enjoyed this guys video, buy me coffee. And I will see you in the ASL final. 5 wins consecutively for Jaedong. Congratulations to the fans of the Tyrant. And have a great whatever weekend, party, going to school, going to work or whatever. I know that some of you guys are working as well. Late shifts like me. So I wish you a great and pleasant weekend. Why is this game still going on? I don't know because now Speed's got 60 supply and Jaedong's got 134. Don't spoil the game and buy me coffee. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's talk about coffee. My favorite is Arabia. Arabian coffee. SV's just, putting the game on with the lurkers. What is Speed doing? He's still trying, but it's hopeless because Jaedong's got 5 bases. And yeah. Okay, this base got a burrow Zerling to watch on it as well. So, by the way, thank you, Mr. McDonald, for sending me your list of favorite movies. I like the movies that you have listed as well. I like the Studio Ghibli movies. I mean, they're very, very fun to watch. I liked, what is that movie? Did you say The Lighthouse or something like that? I think I've seen all of the 6 movies that you have listed. You and your future wife or queen. If you use the Zerg terminology, she is your queen. Yeah, but I've seen them all, so I'm looking for some nice new movies. If you have some new movie recommendation, please let me know. What is happening? What are we watching? Why is this game still going on? Okay, maybe I should yawn because this is getting kind of beyond me. I mean, do you guys note down your dreams after you wake up? I have a dream. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.